Good morning, dear students. We continue with the chapter 5, Lines and Angles. Today we begin Lines and Angles part 3. Lines and Angles part 3, textbook page number 84. We continue with the next topic, angle. Number 31, angle. What is an angle? An angle is formed when two lines or two line segments or two rays they meet or intersect at a fixed point. The fixed point is known as the vertex of the angle and the diagram formed is known as the angle. The two line segments meeting at a fixed point form four different angles. The intersecting point is known as the vertex of the angle. In this particular diagram, two line segments are intersecting each other at point O. Line segment AB and line segment CD are intersecting at point O, and we get four different angles. The angles are angle AOC, angle BOC, angle BOD, and angle AOD. If two rays intersect at a single point, or if two rays begin from a single fixed point, then also an angle is formed. Here ray BA and ray BC have the starting point as point B, and they extend in different direction. Hence an angle is formed. Ray BA and ray BC extend in different direction, but their starting point or initial point is same, that is point B. The initial point or starting point is point B. Hence these two rays, ray BA and ray BC, form an angle. This angle can be named as angle ABC. The spelling of angle is not written while naming an angle. Instead, a symbol is written to represent the angle. So here, the angle ABC can be symbolically written as angle ABC. This symbol, similar to the less than arrow symbol, is used for naming an angle. The angle can be named in three ways. The angle can be named in three ways, and either we use a single alphabet to name an angle, or we can use three alphabets to name an angle. But the same three alphabets can be written in the reverse order by keeping the middle alphabet in the same position. The middle alphabet will be the vertex of the angle. For example, in this diagram, we are having angle ABC. This angle ABC can be called as angle B when we use a single letter. So the angle ABC can be named as angle B also using a single alphabet. That is, the vertex alphabet is used to name the angle when a single letter is used. Or mostly three letters are used to name an angle when many angles are given in the same diagram. When many angles are given in the same diagram, for example, this above diagram, there are so many different angles. There are four different angles. So here we cannot mention it as angle O because there are four different angles which have the vertex as point O. So in this particular diagram, we'll use three alphabets to name the angle. So while naming the angle, we can name the angle in the normal order or in the reverse order, but children, we have to remember to keep the vertex of the angle as the middle alphabet. Here, angle ABC has the vertex B. So while naming the angle, the vertex B or the alphabet B should be kept in the middle. So this angle can be named as angle ABC or angle CBA. So in the reverse order, if we name it, it can be named as angle ABC or angle CBA. In the diagram, if we look, this angle can be named as angle ABC or it can be named as angle CBA. Only important thing we have to remember is the vertex of the angle should always be written as the middle alphabet while naming the angle. The vertex point B should be written in the middle while naming the angle when we are using 3 letters to name the angle. So children, very important, when we name the angle with 3 letters, the vertex point should be written in the middle, and the angle can be named in one particular direction or in the reverse direction, or we can also use a single alphabet to name the angle. But when we are using the single alphabet to name the angle, the vertex point is used as the single alphabet. So in this example, we can see the angle ABC can be named in 3 ways and written as angle B or angle ABC or angle CBA. Now the angle has 2 arms. Just like a clock has 2 needles, the angle has 2 arms which are made up of 2 different rays or 2 distinct rays. Now children, while naming the arms of the angle, we have to remember to mention the starting point first, and the direction of the arrow is very important when we name the arms of the ray. This arm of the angle cannot be named as ray AB. It will be wrong because then the direction of the arrow will change. So in this particular diagram, the ray, which is the arm of the angle, will be mentioned as ray BA. The ray is starting from point B and extended towards point A. So this ray will be named as ray BA. Similarly, the second arm of the angle, ray BC, cannot be named as ray CB because the direction of the arrow will change. So the starting point should be mentioned first while naming a ray, and the direction in which the ray is extended, that should be mentioned later on. So here in this particular ray, the starting point is B and the ray is being extended towards the direction of C. So this arm or the ray of the angle will be mentioned as ray BC. So the 2 arms of this angle ABC will be ray BA and ray BC. The arms of angle ABC are ray BA and ray BC. So children, even from this diagram we can make out, but even from the symbolic notation we have to remember the middle alphabet is the vertex. So we have to name the rays by using the middle alphabet first. This angle ABC will have the arms as ray BA and ray BC. The middle alphabet will be the vertex of the angle, and the starting point of the ray will be the vertex of the angle. So the ray will have the starting point as B, so we have to name it as ray BA, and in the second arm also the starting point will be point B, which is the vertex of the angle, and it will be named as ray BC. BA and BC, ray BA and ray BC. Now we'll be learning about the types of angles. The next topic is types of angles. Number 32, the types of angles. Now there are many variety of angles. Some of them are listed down here. The first type of angle is acute angle. The second type is obtuse angle. The third type is right angle. The fourth type is straight angle. And the fifth type is reflex angle. So we'll be learning about 5 different types of angles. Let us go to the first type, acute angle. Here in the diagram, we are having an angle whose measurement is given as 50 degree. And this angle will be an acute angle. Angle ABC is an acute angle. Let us understand the definition. An angle whose measurement lies between 0 degree and 90 degree is known as an acute angle. So any angle which has a measurement less than 90 degree is known as an acute angle. Any angle which has the degree measurement between 0 and 90 degree is known as an acute angle. Let's go to the second type of angle, that is obtuse angle. Now in this diagram we are having angle ABC whose measurement is given as 120 degree, and it will be an obtuse angle. An angle whose measurement lies between 90 degree and 180 degree is known as an obtuse angle. An angle whose measurement is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, that angle will be known as an obtuse angle. An angle having degree measurement greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, such an angle will be called an obtuse angle. The third type of angle is right angle. In this diagram, angle ABC is given and its measurement is given exactly 90 degree. And children, you have to observe, when a 90 degree angle is given, this box symbol is given, which is called the 90 degree symbol, while in another type of angles, the curved symbol is given to write down the degree measurement. So children, please pay attention. When any angle having a different measurement, it will have this curved symbol and the degree measurement is written, while a 90 degree angle will always have this square symbol. So children, this square symbol represents the 90 degree. Even if this measurement 90 degree is not given, if the number 90 degree is not given in the diagram, only this box symbol is given, children. Only if the box symbol is given also, then also we have to understand that particular angle will be 90 degree. So if this box symbol or the square symbol is not given in the diagram, children, we have to assume that that particular angle will be a 90 degree angle, that particular angle will be a right angle. An angle whose measurement is exactly 90 degree is known as a right angle. The fourth type of angle is a straight angle. Any straight line is said to have angle measurement of 180 degree. A straight line is said to form a straight angle because the straight line is formed of two opposite arrows having the starting point as the point B in this particular diagram. Here, line ABC is given or line AC is given. In this particular line, we say this line is made up of two rays. The first ray is ray BA, whose starting point is B, and the ray is being extended in the direction of A. So, the first ray will be ray BA, whose starting point is B. The second ray will be ray BC, whose starting point is B and it is extended towards the direction of C. So we can say a line is made up of two opposite rays. A line is made up of two opposite rays. And when these two opposite rays move exactly in the opposite direction, then the angle formed between them, the degree measurement formed between them will be 180 degree. We can say a line is made up of two opposite rays and the degree measurement between these two opposite rays will be 180 degree, and so we will call this particular diagram as a straight angle. An angle whose measurement is exactly 180 degree or it forms a straight line is known as a straight angle. So line is said to form a straight angle. Let's go to the next topic, that is number 5, reflex angle. What is a reflex angle? In this particular diagram, angle ABC is given and the degree measurement is given as 230 degree. Now children, if you observe, the measurement of the angle is given outside the angle. The inner part of the angle is less than 180 and the outer part of the angle is greater than 180. Here this particular angle has a measurement of 230 degree. So this outer part will form a reflex angle, which is having degree measurement greater than 180 degree. So this particular angle will form a reflex angle because its degree measurement is greater than 180 degree. So the definition we will learn as a reflex angle is said to be an angle whose measurement lies between 180 degree and 360 degree is known as a reflex angle. An angle whose measurement lies between 180 degree and 360 degree is known as a reflex angle. So any angle whose degree measurement is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree, such an angle is known as a reflex angle. So children, we have to understand these 5 types of angles and remember their definitions.